Hi everyone, welcome back. This is a gentle morning yoga sequence, basically designed for people like me who might wake up feeling really stiff, really tense, maybe a bit moody, someone who doesn't spring out of bed ready to go. That's definitely not me. Um, and who the thought of doing something like a downward dog or a full sun salutation, it's just a bit too much. So this is a nice gentle sequence, warming up all different parts of the body, getting a bit of movement in. It's mostly standing, so you can really do it anywhere. You don't even really need to get your mat out if you don't want to. And it's absolutely pajama friendly. So if you want to stay in your pajamas, please do. And that just leaves me to say, I hope you enjoy it. We are going to start in Tadasana, mountain pose. So bringing the feet about hip distance apart, maybe keeping a little bend in the knees, gently rolling the shoulders back, and then closing the eyes or lowering the gaze. And just taking a couple of moments to connect to the breath. A really nice way to begin the morning mindfully is just to bring your awareness to the breath. Trying to get away from that feeling of needing to immediately be really productive, or if you're feeling like you need to go as soon as you wake up. Taking a moment, checking in with the breath can make a really big difference to your day. So just noticing how the breath is feeling this morning and not trying to change it in any way. Letting it follow its natural rhythm. And then maybe as you inhale, we'll squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you exhale, sigh it out and drop the shoulders down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, let them drop down. Last time, inhale, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. And exhaling, let them drop down. And then we're just going to start to shift the weight side to side. So shifting the weight into your right foot, back through center and over to the left. You can keep the eyes closed if you want to. If you feel a little bit wobbly, you might want to open the eyes here. And then shifting the weight into the toes, into the heels. And then maybe circling round. And while you're doing this, especially if you're someone who wakes up in the morning and can be a little bit moody like me, it might be nice to try and think about 3 things that you're grateful for. They can be really simple, like waking up this morning, a nice cup of tea, or maybe you've got something nice planned. Just seeing if you can think of 3 things. It's okay if you can't. And then let's come to stillness. So finding that midpoint, your center of gravity. Nice, and we're going to inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, bringing the hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe the gaze lifts. Exhale, hands to prayer position at the heart. One more time. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bringing the hands to prayer position at the heart. And then starting to roll the shoulders round. So we'll go up, back and down to start with. And just notice if, especially if you've just woken up, the shoulders might feel a lot tighter than they normally do. So go really gently here. We want a gentle stretch, but not any pain or pinching. Nice, and then going in the opposite direction, so bringing the shoulders forwards now. Noticing how they're feeling this morning, bringing a little bit of awareness into the shoulder blades. And trying to keep that connection to the breath. Nice. Coming back to centre, we're going to drop the left ear over the left shoulder. We're trying to get a little stretch into the right side of the neck. Roll that right shoulder back. And then just gently rocking the head back and forth. Noticing how the stretch changes. Might be really tight in the morning. You're just trying to bring a bit of gentle movement. And if you want to, you can bring that left hand, massaging the right side of the neck a little bit, especially if there's any parts that feel really tight or tense. Bringing a little warmth. Or it might feel nice to just gently pull the skin away. Or pulling the skin down, not away from your neck. Nice. And then let's gently release, bringing the head back to centre, maybe rolling the shoulders round once or twice. And then we'll go to the other side, so dropping the right ear over the right shoulder. Definitely tighter on this side for me. And then we'll start by gently rocking the head back and forth. Roll that left shoulder back if you want to. Noticing how the stretch changes. And then maybe coming to stillness and using that right hand to massage the side of the neck. Being really gentle. Trying to keep that connection to the breath. Nice. Coming back to centre. Let's interlace the fingers. I'm going to press the palms away, reaching all the way up to the ceiling. Really reaching up. Makes me want to yawn. And then releasing the fingers, we're going to take the arms all the way behind the back. So either interlacing the fingers here and reaching the hands away from you, or if that doesn't feel nice in the wrists, you don't need to interlace the fingers, you can just reach the hands back. Stretching the front of the chest. And let's take one breath here. And exhale, coming back to centre. Really nice. So just making sure that we're comfortable in our mountain pose, feet hip distance apart. And we're going to move through a nice slow half salutation. So let's inhale to reach the arms up, maybe bending the knees a little bit, let the gaze follow. And then as you exhale, bringing the hands to prayer position, all the way through prayer position, bending the elbows, lowering all the way down to our forward fold. Uttanasana. You might hold on to the opposite elbow here or just let the arms dangle. And you might find that if your hamstrings are really tight in the morning like mine are, your knees might be a little bit more bent than they would be if you were practicing in the evening or a bit later in the day. It's completely normal. You might give the hamstrings a little bit of a massage, maybe the lower backs of the legs. Really nice. And then it might feel nice to gently sway side to side a couple of times. Maybe bobbing up and down, but letting the whole upper body just hang loose here. Nice, and then on your next inhale, we're going to lift up halfway, starting to straighten the legs, straightening the spine, coming into our halfway lift or Ardha Uttanasana. Waking up the backs of the legs here, nice flat spine. Lift the chest slightly, draw the shoulders towards each other. And just check in with where your weight is centered in your feet. So make sure you haven't got all your weight in your heels or all the weight in your toes. Just see if you can find a nice midpoint. Nice steady inhale here. Exhale, we bend the knees, let the spine round, coming back into that forward fold. Just gently waking up the body. On your next inhale, let's press down through the feet. We take the arms wide and come all the way back to standing. Exhale, bringing the hands to prayer position at the heart. Really nice. Let's move through our half salutation again. Try and do it one breath, one movement, but if that doesn't match with your pattern of breathing, just breathe in the way that feels best for you. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Upward salute. Exhale, bending the knees, coming all the way into our Uttanasana. Spine round. Inhale lifts us up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, nice flat spine. Exhale, bend the knees round the spine. Back to our Uttanasana, forward fold. Pressing down through the feet, we'll inhale, take the arms wide, lifting all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to prayer position at the heart. From here, we're just going to warm up our hips a little bit. So bringing the hands to the hips, shifting the weight into the left foot. Just let your right heel lift off the mat, coming onto the right toes. Checking in with our balance a little bit as well. And we can lift the knee. It's up to you how high you want to go. If you feel a little bit wobbly, keep that foot quite close to the mat. If you're feeling quite stable this morning, you might lift the knee a bit higher. But making sure to choose what feels best for you. And then however high you've lifted the knee, we're just going to circle it round 3 times. Nice and gently. Nice, and then we're just going to swap to the other side. So sending the weight into the right foot, come onto the left toes. And then lifting that knee. Again, if you're feeling wobbly, keep that foot nice and close to the mat. And then just 3 circles on this side. Three. Nice. Releasing that. Keeping the hands on the hips. We are going to step back with the left foot. Bending the right knee and coming into a high lunge. But letting it be a really gentle high lunge this morning. It doesn't need to be the best high lunge you've ever done. What is the best anyway? Doesn't really matter. And we're just trying to stretch through the front of that left thigh. Building a little bit of strength in that right hip as well. So keeping a bend in the knee, but don't go as low as you can if that's not feeling good this morning, if you feel a little bit tight. Keep it relatively relaxed and just gently pushing away through that left heel. Might feel nice to gently bob up and down a little bit. And you can stay in this high lunge, pressing down through that front foot, building a bit of strength, a bit of stability. And if you want to, you can bring your hands to frame that right foot, so all the way down to the mat. You might need to lengthen your stance a bit, stepping the left foot away slightly. And maybe coming onto the fingertips. It might feel nice to shift back and forth a couple of times. Stretching into the back of that left leg. Trying to keep that connection to the breath. Nice. Then pressing down into the right foot, into the fingertips, we're going to step that left foot to meet the right. You might step it all the way there. You might do 2 little steps to get to the top, whatever you prefer. And then we'll roll up the spine nice and slowly. Roll the shoulders back. Breathing in nice and deeply. And breathing out really slowly. And let's go to the other side. So hands to the hips, and we'll step that right foot back now. Bending the left knee. Again, letting this be quite a gentle high lunge or alanasana. Gently pressing away through that right heel. And it might feel nice to bob up and down a little bit again on this side. If stillness feels a little bit too much in the morning, it can sometimes for me. A little bit of movement can feel a bit nicer, a bit easier. And then maybe staying here. Or we can bring the hands to frame that left foot. Maybe stepping the right foot back a little bit. And just shifting back and forth. Stretching out the back of that right leg. And into our hips as well. Nice, trying to keep the awareness on the breath, especially if the mind has started to wander, just gently seeing if you can come back to the breath. And coming to stillness, let's step that right foot back in. So either taking one big step or maybe a couple of little ones. Oh, a lot of cracks in my knee there. And then rolling up nice and slowly. Nice. So reach the arms out in front of us. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Face the palms away from you. And then we're just going to roll the wrists round. Try and keep the shoulders relatively relaxed here. Going in one direction, keeping the fingers nice, spread nice and wide. And then going in the other direction. And then bringing the fingers to the thumb. Let's do that again, rolling the wrists one way and then the other. Nice, and then interlacing the fingers, let's do a little wave motion. Waking up the wrists this morning and then going in the opposite direction. Bit of a challenge for the brain as well. Nice. Releasing that, give the arms a little shake. Maybe rolling the shoulders a couple of times. And then we're going to come and find a seated position. So for this part, you can either sit on the mat, on the floor, or in a chair. Completely up to you. But we're just going to get down to either the chair or the floor nice and slowly. So in whatever way that you want to. Moving really mindfully, nice and slowly. And then bringing the legs out in front of you. If you're on a chair, just have your feet on the floor, knees about hip distance apart. If you're on the mat or on the floor, we can bring the hands behind us, gently lifting the chest, and then just letting the knees windscreen wipe side to side. Coming back to that slow and steady breath. Maybe noticing how your hips are feeling this morning. It's really good to get a little bit of movement in, especially if you're going to be sat down a lot today, if you work at a desk like I do. It can be nice to get the hips moving, keep them nice and healthy. Nice. And then if you are seated on the mat or the floor, we're going to come to a cross-legged seat. Nice. The hands are either on the knees or maybe just holding on to that front leg. And then as you inhale, let's reach the chest forward. We're arching the spine, drawing the shoulders towards each other. So coming into a seated cow pose. And then as you exhale from the tailbone, see if you can send the spine in the opposite direction, so rounding the spine here. And tucking the chin to the chest. Inhale, we send the chest forwards. Draw the shoulders towards each other, our cow pose. And exhale, rounding the spine takes us back to our cat pose. And moving through this seated cat-cow with your own breath. And really seeing if you can let the movement be led by your breath. It's almost like a moving meditation. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Moving nice and slowly. Nice, and then coming back to center, sitting up nice and tall. Lifting the chest slightly, roll the shoulders back. We are going to bring the left hand to the right knee. We'll inhale to reach the right arm up. And then as you exhale, we're twisting towards the right. Just bring the right hand behind you, wherever it wants to fall. Either on the ground or if you're on the chair. Letting it hover, or maybe holding onto the arm or the back of the chair. And then as you inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And as you exhale, seeing if you can twist from the belly button. So not using your hand or your shoulder to force yourself further round. Trying to twist from that midpoint of the spine. And it might be a really small movement. And let's inhale to come back to center. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Then we'll bring the right hand to the left knee. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And exhale, we're twisting towards the left now. So as you inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And exhaling, seeing if you want to twist any further from the belly button. So not forcing ourselves into this, especially not in the morning. Nice, let's take one last inhale here. And exhale, slowly coming back to center. Really nice. I'm going to do a short breath practice here, or pranayama practice. And it's called nadi shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. And it's really nice. It's a really nice practice. It's quite grounding, calming, balancing. So it's a nice thing to do in the morning or at any point during your day if you feel yourself getting a little bit stressed or just a little bit overwhelmed at work, anything like this, anything like that. So we're going to use the right hand. We're tucking the index finger and the middle finger in here. So we're using the thumb and the ring finger. And we're going to bring the thumb to the right nostril, just gently applying a little bit of pressure, so closing the right nostril. And then we'll inhale through that left nostril. Once you've finished your inhale, close the left nostril with your ring finger, release the right, and we're exhaling through that right nostril. Inhaling through the right. Sealing the right nostril, releasing the left, we'll exhale through the left. Inhaling through the left. Sealing the left nostril, release the right, we'll exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Sealing the right nostril, release the left, we'll exhale through the left. Inhaling through the left. Sealing the left nostril, release the right, we'll exhale through the right. And then continuing on your own here, just for a few cycles of breath. Then the next time you exhale, we're just gently going to let that right hand return to the knee or the lap. Keeping the eyes closed or the gaze lowered. And just letting the breath return to its natural rhythm. Taking a few minutes to come to stillness before we close our practice this morning. And seeing if you can just let yourself enjoy these couple of moments of peace. Trying to let go of any sense of urgency. And just enjoying this time that is just for you. Let's take 2 more breaths here, breathing in really deeply. Breathing out really slowly. And then gently starting to bring a bit of awareness back into the body. Be noticing the points at which your body's connected to the mat or the chair beneath you. Maybe gently wiggling the fingers and the toes. And maybe just quietly thanking yourself for taking the time to start your morning really mindfully, really slowly, getting a little bit of movement in. Hopefully it makes a difference. And then maybe taking a nice steady inhale in. And just like we did at the beginning, sighing it out. Gently blinking the eyes open. And let's take one last inhale all together, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bringing the hands to prayer position at the heart. Maybe taking a little bow. And thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you have an absolutely lovely day. Thank you.